Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for joining me again today. We're going to look at a calculator for Hive Investments. We're going to see what you guys can make if you mint one of the NFTs coming up next month. Right now is what the estimated date is. So we're about a month away. We will see you guys on the other side. All right, let's hop into some math. I think the only thing you guys need to be worried about are the green. That doesn't mean you can't come in here and tinker, and I'll put a link down in the description. Make your own copy, please. So the green here, HMY price and future HMY, and the mint group, because remember, there are, is it 5 groups? I got to do a little cheat here. Yep, there are 5 groups in the minting. And so the first group, you're going to pay 10 HNY. And as you go to the next group, it increments by 0.5. So you selected here. So that second group, you can see it automatically puts 0.5 additional HNY, and it just goes from there. All right, so that takes that into account. You kind of tinker with it. It's not a huge difference. Well, it is and it isn't. It's all perspective, right? It ends up being an extra $200 from, and that's assuming HNY is $100 when you get in. If it changes, then this all fluctuates. But the point is, it's an extra 2 HNY from the bottom to the top, or the top to the bottom, depending on how you look at it for the NFT minting. So let's go back. We're looking at the HNY price. So this is the starter price. This is what they've quoted in the Medium articles. We're stuck with that right now. That doesn't mean it's not going to change. You can play with the calculator. They're supposed to have a liquidity pool as well as other means such as selling HNY to help lower that price level. So we're going to see some things come into play. They haven't revealed everything. So my point is, hopefully we can have that $100 per HNY kind of stick, or at least be a good floor. So we'll see what happens when that launches, but that's what we have it set for. And then future HNY price, you can stick that in there. I don't have it doing anything super fancy here. This just kind of assumes you have your investment price at $100 HNY, and then anything that you gain in the future is going to be that future HNY. So all gains essentially that it pays you. So those are changeable. Change those to what you see fit. I just put the Matic price in there. Eventually, it's going to have a relation to Matic. I don't know what they're going to have. They obviously could have pools for us. There could be an HMY and a Matic pool that you could earn HMY off of, so staking pool. So I just kind of threw that in there and left it because I have another sheet. So we've got all that ready to go. You choose your mint group and then you come down here. So there are 3 options for the mint. If you look at my previous videos, the worker, the guardian, or the queen, and you can see the percentages up there for the minting. So the cost is the same for all of those. You don't know what you're going to get. It's random. The NFT cost is calculated based off of the HMY price. So that comes down to this row. And then we'll drop to, I went ahead and put that in this group. A little odd, but I decided to stick with this in this mindset. I'm looking at a compounding perspective. Now, you aren't going to be able to just compound like a normal node where you can have another node generated, because they don't have that available. Now, that doesn't mean in the future they're not going to mint more NFTs past the 40,000 that are available to start. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But the initial is 40,000. But I'm still holding compounding and other methods. So my idea was, look at this as compounding where you're going to not immediately spend your HNY. Now I know that affects it because there are taxes on HNY sales. So I do have that down here, but for now, the ROI for the lowest is just over 6 months. And I know you immediately see that and you're thinking, wow, this is so much longer than other node projects I've looked at. But remember, keyword, sustainability. If we want this to last, the project has to be different. Hive Investments has discussed this constantly in their Medium articles. They've been fantastic. It is very obvious they're trying to reinforce this as much as possible so that we benefit and the project benefit. This is a community effort, guys. Just focus on sustainability and you'll move with this and realize you're just making an investment that you can get back as a note by selling your NFT. Most node projects don't function this way. Okay, so you've got that, and then you've got your dividends that it pays out. So let's move down. Well, let's finish this up. So a little over 6 months if you fall on the 98%. So most of us, you rare people out there that get the guardian or the queen, are going to be ecstatic. I can imagine. I would be ecstatic to be minted as one of those. So it halves it from there, because the doubling of the tokens that are generated are essentially how that works. So you half it, you're going to end up seeing return on investment in about just under 3.5 months. And then just over 1.5 months for the queen. All right, so taxes and fees. I took some liberties here because I really don't know what they're going to do. I'm comparing it to other investments in my head, and this is probably a little off, but the monthly fees to own the NFT, I'm just going to put $10. I had 5, but let's go with this. So sales tax is easy. It's 15% across the board. It doesn't matter what you have. I just filled it out that way. If you sell HMY, there's a 15% tax. So next we'll come to our daily group. So your daily rewards are listed there. Remember, it doubles from the least rare to the most rare, and daily percents there as well. So moving down to monthly. All right, so we've got first column, or first row rather, is going to tell you how much HMY that your NFT is going to generate in 30 days. I assume 30 days to kind of round it out instead of doing 31. So 30-day return. You see some really good gains on the far end, obviously, with the queen, but you get 1.5 HNY per month. So that's not bad. If the HNY price goes up to $200, and there's a huge possibility this is going to go far out, because I'm telling you right now, the community members on Twitter are proving me that this is a super popular project and we haven't even launched yet. With that in mind, let's look back at this. So 30-day return, the 1.5 is about $300. Pretty good. No complaints there from me anyways. That obviously goes all the way up to a hefty $1,200 if you have a queen. So we look at the sales tax. If you sell, you're looking at $45 loss on that. So they're going to take 45. It's going to be honey more than likely because that'll go back in the pool. Well, it could be, actually, I don't know what they're going to do with that. I haven't really thought this through. Maybe I missed this in the, if anybody knows this and I'm messing this up, leave me a comment. So let's move on down to 30-day net. This is where it gets pretty. So this is in my mind how I'm thinking about this, guys. So every month I'm going to make $245 right now with what we assume. That's ridiculous. That's almost 25% earnings a month on what I put in. I'd be totally fine with this. Let's boil this back around. A year profit on the lowest, and I'm sticking with these guys. Take a look at the big ones. If you hit those, I'm super happy for you. You lucked out with the 2% chance that you pulled one of the other two instead of the main. But anyways, almost $3,000 a year in profits off that NFT. I know I'm guessing, but fantastic. That's a great return on investment. And you still have your investment that you can trade out if you, for whatever reason, I don't know why you do this. If everything's going well, I'd say be smart and hold on to your NFT. Hold on to your little B there. There's an example of a pretty one up here. Anyways, I have seriously enjoyed Twitter and all my time talking to all of you other Hive community out there. I've enjoyed all of that. It's been fun. There's been some great dialogue. There's some really good people out in this community on Twitter. Hopefully, I can continue to contribute. I'm waiting on additional information. And with that being said, let's take a look at Twitter to see some of the hints at stuff. All right, so come in here. We're on this first one here from Hive Investments. So they got some development updates where they've discussed that the team is growing. They've added 4 more people to the team for development in this situation. Pretty awesome. So we're moving forward. The team's already pretty large. But they're adding more. So that means that they have a lot of growth coming. They're prepping for next month. There's more to do, and I'm sure they're adding more that we don't know about already. So also here to note, the smart contracts are being deployed for QA testing. That's fantastic. Being an engineer, that's really, really important that they do this. They have another article on the way, so there's more hopefully that I can share in a new video to kind of talk about it with you guys, give my thoughts on it. Not that my thoughts are that important, but I love doing this, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching the videos. So the Queen's auction, I have no idea what this is going to be about, but I'm looking forward to the article. Should be coming soon because this was 2 days ago that they published this. Looking forward to it. So they also talk about the Hive Academy curriculum is being expanded. I have no idea what it's about, but my assumption is, they're all about, we discussed the education aspect of this. I'm ready to be educated, and I think that's going to be related here. I can't wait to see what the Queen has in store for us and how they're going to educate us and what we get to read, look at, because I'm sure there's going to be some awesome graphics as well. But I think that's it, guys. With that, we're going to wrap up here. I will see you guys next time, and please take a look over at my other video that I have here for you guys to watch if you don't mind. Later.